All right, what's up everyone? Duquesne23 here, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Halo Infinite's Forge. Now, the thing is that Forge is normally revealed last, and that's justifiable. That's one of the things, of course, campaign needs to be shown, because that also is what sells the game, and same thing is what sells the game is multiplayer. Those two things, campaign and multiplayer, are like the bread and butter of Halo. You got to have all that type of stuff. But Forge, in my own personal opinion, which a lot of people I would say agree with this, is what also helps with the longevity of the game. Now, there's a lot of times where they introduce Forge maps into matchmaking to help, supplement some of the things, just to change things up a little bit. Now, I do agree with a lot of people whenever they say Halo 5's BTB. We didn't like the fact that, it was basically all Forge maps in Halo 5's BTB. There was no dev-made maps. I'm so happy with Infinite. We are going to get dev-made maps. Even though one of my maps was one of the BTB maps, it's still one of those things where you need dev maps. You need, dev-created maps to, have a better experience within matchmaking and things like that. Now, I don't mind some Forge maps going in there after release to just add especially some really cool ones that were made, because there's definitely some awesome Forge maps that have been made, for the competitive scene, and then also the social scene. But it's one of those things where Forge is always revealed later. It's always the last thing revealed, and so a lot of people have been wondering, well, when is Forge going to be revealed? Is it going to be revealed sooner rather than later, like in Halo 5? Because Halo 5's Forge was unfortunately revealed 1 month, just 1 month before the release of Halo 5. And that, to me, is way too late. It needs to be done much sooner than that. And I just don't understand the idea behind both Bungie and 343 taking so long to reveal Forge. Now, Forge doesn't need to be revealed with some huge video that shows all the features, all the new things. It doesn't need to do that. That can come a month before release, whenever you want to go more in depth with it. But it's just one of those things where, just adding a few little things, just throwing out some screenshots of some new objects, or just something like, hey, here's what a tree looks like in Forge. You could just do something like that. I'll throw up some examples of what you could do like in Infinite, of course, but this is Halo 5 examples of me just, putting up some objects there like, hey, this is what this looks like in Forge. This is what this looks like in Forge. Literally just throwing some screenshots, just get a little bit of hype and excitement about people seeing these new objects, stuff that they'll be creating with. It'll allow them to actually go in and just start designing once they get a lot of these objects in there. And heck, eventually you can just combine a bunch of these objects together, and you can make some really cool, like little scene or something, and just be like, hey, check out this scene, that we made in Forge. And so then people are like, oh my gosh, look at that. I cannot wait to be able to try that out on my own. And even if, like, say the skybox or things like that isn't completely ready, or just anything like that for Forge, you could just put some walls around it, like what I do here in these examples. Just put some walls around it, and you can have like a little scene and just focus on the scene itself there. Now, one thing I do want to say is a lot of people don't realize that Forge, was also revealed including with the Bungie games. Like at least with Halo Reach is the one I looked up. Now, I can't remember exactly when Forge was revealed. I think it was the Vidoc that was shown. The Forge World Vidoc was the first reveal for Forge. Of course, I'm not sure about that. It was a long time ago. But that one was released on July 22nd here on YouTube. And so, that video was shown on July 22nd. And then Halo Reach was released in September. Yeah, September 14th. So basically about 2 months before the release of the game, Bungie revealed Forge there. Now with Halo 4, it was revealed a little bit sooner than what it was with Halo Reach. Halo 4 343 revealed Forge over in RTX, and that was done on July 8th of 2012. So July 8th of 2012, that's whenever they showed Forge, and that was at RTX. I remember that's whenever they showed that type of thing. And of course, the release date for Halo 4 was November 6th, 2012. So they definitely did that a little bit sooner compared to what it was with Halo Reach. Halo Reach was only 2 months ahead. Halo 4 was quite a few months before, the official release date of the game. And unfortunately, Halo 5 was 1 month before the release of the game. Although Forge wasn't there at release at Halo 5, it was actually released a month after. So technically it's 2 months since Forge was released in Halo 5, but I'm counting these as the release of the game itself. Now it's just one of those things. Forge, I believe, needs to be released, like some sort of information over it. We already know that there's an undo redo button in Forge. It would just be nice to get some objects, like maybe show a rock, like just show the textures of the rocks or something. Like here's a rock that we have, and it could just show the texture, what it looks like, on there. That's one of the things that I see whenever I see the multiplayer maps that have been shown. I'm looking at the rocks, I'm looking at the walls, I'm looking at the objects, thinking, this is possibly what our rock textures will look like. This is possibly what our ground textures can look like. And same thing with the walls and the objects and things. I'm looking at all those type of stuff, and I'm just imagining what we can make with Forge. But I think they need to, every month or something, whenever they have their little Infinite thing where they talk about stuff in Infinite, I think they need to go in and include just a single image of Forge, of just something in Forge. That's all they have to do. Literally, like what I'm showing you here in Halo 5, or what I showed you here in Halo 5, like where it's a walled off section, so you don't see any of the canvas if you don't want to reveal the canvas or anything like that. Just a walled off section, just a gray box or something, and just have a tree and a bush, or a tree, bush, and rock, like on there, just saying, hey, look at this. This is something in Forge. Start imagining what you can do with it. And then the next month, they reveal another image with some other objects in there or something, like it's just something fun, like with that type of stuff. Just doing these simple little small images that kind of generate hype, build, because Forge is huge. Forge is something that has really, grown dramatically over the years of all the Halo games, especially with Halo 5. Halo 5's Forge is pretty much the one thing in Halo 5 people can agree on that is incredible. Like that people can make incredible things like nothing else before in Halo. And, pretty much most everyone agrees with that. Every once in a while you come across a person who prefers Reach, that says Reach's Forge is better. Yes, there are people who actually say Reach, not just the controls. It's not that they just prefer the controls of the older controls compared to Halo 5. But no, they actually think Reach's Forge is actually better. I've come across those people. Ooh, it's something. But yeah, so it's one of those things where Forge is drastically important for the longevity of the game. People keep coming back for custom games. It provides new maps and things that can be put into matchmaking, between the dev-made maps that get placed into matchmaking and things. And so it's just one of those deals where Forge itself is very important. And I'm disappointed that including Bungie, 343, all of them, they always reveal Forge, like show Forge for the first time a month or two, or so before the game releases, whenever I think they should be throwing in some screenshots, just a little tidbit of information, every once in a while, every month, until they want to do a big reveal, a month or two before the actual release. Now with Halo 4 and Halo Reach, Forge was revealed in July. It's still a possibility that Forge can be revealed in July. It depends on when Halo Infinite is going to be released. I personally think it would be awesome if Infinite released for the 20th anniversary. Now, unfortunately, that is extremely close to whenever Forza Horizon 5 gets released. So I think they may push that back a little bit. I don't think Halo will be releasing in December. I think it'll still be in November. Maybe around, I can't remember exactly when, in the 20th. I'm clicking through things. Yeah, the 23rd is a Tuesday, November 23rd. That is a Tuesday, and games do like releasing on Tuesdays. And that gives 2 weeks between Forza Horizon and Halo Infinite, and that's actually to me not a bad time to release the game right then. So I just hope they decide that 343 decides to show off Forge a little bit sooner rather than later. That's the whole reason why I wanted to make this video, because it's just Forge is always like, even though Forge is something that is extremely important whenever it comes to having maps get put in matchmaking, longevity of the game with, you know, custom games and people coming back and playing more custom games and doing awesome things like that. You know, it's always put literally until the very last bit of information that may come out about the game is Forge. And I wish that they would put that a little closer to the reveal of the multiplayer and campaign and everything. You know, of course, it's not as important as those type of things. For me, it is, but for the majority of people, it's not as important for the campaign and multiplayer, which is understandable because those are the bread and butter, like what I said, of Halo. Forge is, though, I wish would get a little bit more love and just showing just a little screenshot, like what I keep saying, just a little screenshot, you know. Just throw out one screenshot a month in that little article, and, you know, just do some gray boxes and, you know, make like a tiny little scene of like some trees, maybe some bushes, you know, some grass, a rock or something like that. You know, you can throw that in there. You could even throw in the warthog in there, you know, just so you can have a vehicle for scale on there, since we've seen the, you know, vehicles and stuff around. You know, it'd just be really nice just to have something like that every month. Just make a beautiful little, tiny little scene or just a couple objects just to be able to show off every single month until they want to do the official reveal for Forge. So yeah, I'm rambling now. This is not a rant. It's just something that I wish that, you know, I wish that they could do. And I know the Forge team, you know, Michael, he is the Forge Lord. He is super passionate, you know, took over Tom French's job, and he is super passionate. We've already know that there is an undo button in Halo Infinite, which is incredible. I'm so happy about that. That's something we have been asking for a long time. And I know that his whole team is super passionate about getting, you know, Forge out there, getting it done, and getting it just making it incredible. Just a massive step up from Halo 5 and everything. Like, it seems like the way he talks about everything that you see on Twitter and stuff, like the way he talks about stuff, it's just, he's super passionate about it, and so is his team. So it's just one of those things that I want to see more. Even if it's just a screenshot, one screenshot every month, just throw something in there just to get people hyped and get their brains working about what they can possibly make in Halo Infinite. You know, so, all right, I guess that'll be it. I'll go ahead and stop rambling on for, you know, a long time about this one little thing. But I appreciate everyone coming out. If you want more Halo news and just general discussion topics and things like that, I'll be doing it for Halo Infinite and just Halo overall, just be sure to subscribe right here. I also stream over on Duquesne Live currently right now. I am playing through Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Fantastic game. If you have a chance to be able to play that, if you're able to acquire a PS5, I highly suggest it. If not, you can go check that out. The link to my Duquesne Live YouTube channel is in the description down below. I should be streaming some Halo and everything on here on this channel whenever the Season 7 comes out for MCC, because that's whenever the custom browser comes out. I loved playing on the custom browser whenever we got to test it and everything. So, you know, I'm really excited for that. So yeah, so thank you everyone for coming out. I really appreciate it, and I will see y'all in the next video. And remember, let's forge a new Halo.